on the line right now in main. Ruxic just shouldering this for a little bit of info. Crosshair takes a second to adjust, so comeback takes half his health. Bipo flying straight in is a perfect distraction, but with Hiro backfilling the site, there are no problems in the end. NAVI with a strong hold. Let's see if they make sure to account for Minny, and they do. Ruxic is all over it. Should be the pistol in the bag. Just a dream run, and that it can be repeated here with the change in circumstance. Marteen still firing on all cylinders. He's had a pretty good start to the stage so far, and picking up a couple orbs for his troubles here as well on the Phoenix is definitely going to help them.
Yeah, I thought for a minute NAVI would have went and cleared mid, and obviously you've got to be trying to find GLYPH there, but with 4 players down on the site, it's 3 versus 4, not 2 in favour of Gentlemates in the grand scheme of things.
GLYPH just closing up the distance here a little bit. Hiro is as good as dead, and finally it is confirmed. Marteen will be wanting to die to one of these last 2 players or find an engagement that he can win, because that would bring the run it back online. So perhaps something for Gentlemates to be thinking about here.
Yeah, it is, and you can already see Marteen starting to gravitate towards this. Can he find the last one? A big condition, win condition. But as for now, comeback involved. Big kill there. There goes GLYPH, and there goes your smokes for the rest of this round.
Of course, Maryville going on to become NRG Academy. As Gentlemates here continue to push towards the B site, it is through Marteen's ultimate, as we prophesized. chloric fighting from this corner still, but bailed out by comeback, and as it goes unconsidered, he's able to find big value. Comeback played in for the next, and NAVI doing a brilliant job at holding on. Ooh. Problems starting to pop up though. starxo is left in a clutch of which we've seen him win many.
Yeah, Filu starting to give up the space, hoping that Ruxic will get here close. A 2 versus 1, you've got to favour the NAVI boys, right?
And that's if they can find a way to play this together. Huge factor of that Santiago run, especially the group stage, was starxo winning out clutches just like this. Similar position about to take place, a priority for mates, and with all that utility dropped in, bipo sacrificing himself to try and make something happen. Marteen follows him. Get proactive in middle, or reconsideration perhaps, as chloric is holding on with the judge.
Is this a honeymoon stage, or is this going to be a permanent stage for NAVI? Because for crunch on the A site.
Gearing up for this execution, and as I said, the Armageddon is so well timed. Running down the clock, inside the 30-second mark is when players will start to emerge from art, and it has to be Marteen here. Flash available, but closing up the distance, reaching 20 seconds now, and still Gentlemates still yet to make their move. Sees out in the open, bit of a blunder from starxo. Weaves a way back in for Filu, quick double, and just like that, NAVI have everyone in the right position. Mates down to the last 10 seconds and still no progress on that plan. They've not made it into the site itself, it's just Minny left, and he's got to walk away.
Yeah, a massive loss.
Comeback already aggressive in mid, but no position to catch him off. Comes down to the IGL on the B site to forfeit this space.
Players give it completely up, but it's of course the ultimates who've got to look towards, and it's the fact that Gentlemates actually have control of all of the available ones, right? And that's exactly what they're going to use to hold on to this post plan.
Cosmic Divide available in this retake, and it does go up, but not before chloric falls. Recon already parted from his utility belt, and now NAVI down to their last 4 members. Trapped in the corner, Hiro can fight back out from it, but we need to see a whole lot more of that if NAVI are to be set on the right path. And instead, GLYPH will send them to the shops.
To the operator, Gentlemates come straight back in. Double up
by mates, but there's a knock behind this for Filu. And it doesn't matter why. Oh, out of the picture. And it has to be a commitment into another site where NAVI look prepared.
Now, the flash hasn't affected anyone, but at least one horn did identify the players. Hiro once again, missed it. Overdue.
Yeah. I mean, as long as he can create space for the rest of the team, that's all. It's just the amount of times they're getting shut down before they even have half a chance. This time, it's starxo falling behind the cover.
Yeah, if you want to talk about game plans, NAVI has got it down to a T.
And for Gentlemates, when something like this happens, how do you adjust? It looks like they're just going to commit through this onto B.
Yeah, but the problem is you're committing to 3 players and ones that have plenty of utility, plenty of bodies on the line, and plenty of rifles to make you pay. And I'm telling you, Gentlemates are paying double right now, as they look to have only got 2 rounds. Anything, but look at this, an immediate pivot. And this looks like the killer feeling that Gentlemates usually have, straight towards the B site, and it's going to be a brawl, one which goes either way, but Spike is on the ground. That's the issue for Gentlemates at the moment, and they need to try and get that back.
NAVI main control, Ruxic to take contact.
And the players come through the smoke, and it's bipo to come out on top. Spike recollected, and the double duelists have a moment.
Come back on the way through. Has to really challenge for an early fight here if he wants to win this.
Yeah, but I want to take it on the front foot. Look for that information. And that's a big joke, because Spike is here, and Gentlemates are coming out on top. The second half of the push is coming from behind, so Gentlemates need to get cozy, need to find a position to work with, and they have. Spike on the ground. Hiro able to recollect it, but that's
lands just to try and clear out the art space. As you can see here, Mates ready to receive. Marteen on high alert as the execution comes in, but bipo playing guard and just sliding right in, fighting Hiro as well. chloric's got a whole lot on his plate, and it's just too much to ask of one.
Left a lot to be desired so far, right? Like right now, you're seeing that.
We're going to listen in on their comms. Take back safe.
I'm dashing back on. Man.
Oh,
back on Neon, guys. Back on Neon. Ninja to 120. R5. They're gonna push back on.
Okay.
You're pushing.
Last
player standing.
That's nice. Okay, call timeout.
Set up for the task.
I mean, that's where GLYPH also plays into the conditioning as well. Early smoke goes up. bipo still fighting in front of this. Finds one, but the Stingers continuing to play chase, and behind their own divide, a chance for the plant.
Yeah, that gravity well, given a little bit of vulnerability, but nobody to get anything off the back of it. Spike in though, this cosmic divide causing an issue.
So much utility used, but no one from Gentlemates swinging off the back of it. NAVI are able to get away with this, and playing up close and personal, these Stingers could have a serious bite. That's when Marteen strikes. First one found, Ruxic offline. With comeback in the corner, he does have a TP and takes it quite early.
Yeah, a nice pop flash, but you've got to be thinking towards Art as well.
Yeah, chloric also waiting with his ult in main. NAVI have win conditions here. Mates need to hunt these players out. Catches a tag, he's up in the air. chloric only just taken down. Hiro still with a real chance to win this, and he finds the first through the wall. Marteen on that second tap.
Begins to go. Gentlemates would rather fight close quarters, and that's what's really been favouring them.
You can see what the game plan is here as well. Comeback, finding a kill on the extremity, just walking up. They've left him behind though.
Still up starxo with an operator. He plays ahead, and that shouldn't have been the play at all. The fact that he had that Nightfall in pocket, and now it's up to bipo's operator, which has been pretty decent so far, is getting pass marks, but can it go one better? Filu, 11 points of health, up close and personal. The trigger discipline, good, but not good enough. 2v2 now, that operator no longer in play. It's all down to the rifles, and NAVI in a pretty decent spot. Although, a 1 versus 1 around the spike is not the position you would want to be in. Ruxic does have a star, but it's going to be a very difficult position to be in should this 1v1 be lost. bipo looking to just go into this fight and win it out. A 1v1 now against Ruxic, and he has no stars, no stun, but there's not a whole lot of time left. And that's where Ruxic is going to be in prime position.
Presence being felt on A.
Marteen and Gentlemates having blinked in the face of what has been real questions. Big kill from starxo, big delay. Ultimate still to be thrown in here from either side, and that's what they go for. Send them right into the middle of the field as the players look to fight each other, and Gentlemates still at 2-2. Big kills from comeback, sure, but that's Spike on the ground.
bipo still here.
Yep, and bipo gets the kill, so it has to be the sub. It has to be comeback here, under pressure.
So have the info that there was a re-clear in mid. Trademark of comebacks has been broken. And Minny's on high alert, has to just dip back a little bit, respect Filu with this ultimate, who will be looking to pave the way forwards, honestly. Look for as much as he possibly can, not given anything. Same could be said a comeback, it's a dodgy fight, but he's gonna win it over Minny.
And that Spectre at close range is exactly what you would want. But ultimate put in, run it back used, and Marteen's got a kill off the back of it.
Looking for a second before that one expires, but it is just the one as it stands. 4-on-4 situation. And NAVI have a couple of players deep, embedded in secret right now. That's what mates have to hit on the head, and that's exactly what they'll do. Hiro can't play post-plant from this position. Flushed out by the molly, still hitting heads. And Ruxic doing enough to delay the defuse initially, but now starxo's hands are busy. Ruxic, there's no way.
Yeah, a swing round at the end of the first map could really help decide this. Minny swings out, catches Filu, and even gets more information, so this fake is now known about.
We're just trying to solo fake, but it's into the Cypher setup there. I mean, chloric maybe trying to break the traps with the shocks didn't work. And NAVI have a post plant at the very least, but mates retakes have looked good so far.
Now they have. They've looked excellent. So come back within the corner, stunned up, and that's the worst part. Has to give up the time, and already Filu using all his utility belt. Gentle mates, absolutely brilliant so far. There is a cosmic divide to try and challenge this spike, but why would you use it? Come back with a nice shot, but still no control of that spike. No way to deny anybody defusing, so it forces players out into the open. And that's where Gentle mates really make them pay as they head on to map point on what should never have been.
Pacific, where there's multiple front runners. This one, yeah, I don't know. Still not really decided towards the top end, but Gentle mates want to send themselves in that direction. With bipo already finding one. Giving this cam a look, though, for some early information, and that's exactly what he'll get. Catches wind of the push coming in early. Very preemptive Cosmic Divide here as well, just to make sure that no one can take advantage of those traps should they reveal a player. But NAVI can't afford to be on the backs of their feet in this situation. They have to fight forwards and find an advantage.
Especially with Marteen's run it back. If he uses this, I mean, that's just a free body to send it into the site to trade off of, right? But let's be honest, who's trading off of Marteen? He's usually going to get the kill himself. So the flashes and utility get sent forward. He doesn't get a kill, but Minny does get the trade. So a 2 versus 4 in which we're going to have to see NAVI try and clutch up from. Onto the spike they go. Ruxic already in the kill feed. And come back identified. It has to be Ruxic. All the way from long, with players starting to encroach on his position. It's and a big detail to how this defense is probably going to set themselves up. But with that, Gentle mates looked like they were going for the A exec. Instead, they go a step further.
Yeah, a lot of teams liking to go towards A, turn the door, pressure tree a little bit. NAVI trying to see through it, but look at this gap. Gentle mates have managed to thread 4 players through the eye of the needle. And while you can see Filu is set up here for main, is he going to anticipate a player rounding that corner from close? Does the crosshair click onto position? It absolutely does. A quick double does get flattened by GLYPH. So there is a way back in here for mates.
There is. With that spike going down, starxo left outside of door. They'll be asking themselves, where is the fade? Has he went in with the rest of the pack? And the answer is no.
It's going to take so much time for NAVI to clear all of this out, so starxo gives them a gift. On a silver platter he goes.
Last 2 have sheriffs as well, so there is a little bit of bite about this.
There is. But how much can bipo do up close? Still the slide available. Is there a clause to use it? Needs to find something here early. GLYPH shredding them on the way back.
Poor weaponry, or maybe it's already had a refill, because look at this buy. 4 stingers, there's a bucky in there as well, and Gentle mates are making this doable. I completely caught NAVI off guard.
Yeah, a little upgrade in there as well, I think. Spectre picked up by GLYPH now. Those stingers proving to be valuable. Comeback on the way back in. Has a Marshall, and this could be nasty.
No, it could. This Phantom could really hurt, especially with GLYPH so low. But at close quarters, you don't doubt that these stingers could catch players off guard, and that paranoia buying precious time for this attack. Oh, defense of the site, I should say.
The instant reaction here, it's almost better than a pistol round in some ways. Ward them away from his sight, and while waltzing around the edge of the poison cloud, they have absolutely no idea he's here. GLYPH walking right back into it, fellow countrymen, but there is a trade, and there you have it. Mates find a way in front.
Yeah, that spike can go down now. A little bit of safety for Gentle mates, but you can see NAVI dancing with the idea of hitting this again.
Op in the hands of Comeback, though, a player deficit that just means you need that first fight to go your way, or it's going to be another save call, most likely. And you can already see that look of dejection building as the heads start to turn away on the... They know that the scaling with this double duelist is...
There they are, and already seen one, the Neon, but there's plenty of bodies here for Navi, and that's why Hero's Bucky at least finds one. That backside secure for a moment, and the overdrive coming through as well. Still advantage towards the defense, but time to work with if you are gentlemates, and that's why they're going to start to go back and look elsewhere.
Site now heavily fortified with Comeback arriving as well. The door turns for the umpteenth time. You're just waiting for Comeback to make his move on this op. It has to land, and it does. Asked of him multiple times already. This one will not miss.
Yeah, a 2 versus 4 once again, Glyph and Marteen.
30 seconds left.
On the same site as it was the pistol round. This time, though, you're expecting the rifles to make them pay, not necessarily like the Sheriffs.
Yeah, Comeback can't quite chase the players off to main, but with this Viper wall up, it's going to be a really difficult post plant.
Yeah, it is. How long do those toxins last, though? But with Ruxic's smoke going in, now you're starting to really favour Navi. Now, if you will already, let's be honest, as Glyph starts to throw in the white till, respect what Navi... Still in his TP range, thinking about players in the smoke, can't quite connect. His luck not going in his favour. A Nightfall and Marteen. Oh, that's nice movement. And we'll even get him a kill. A little bit awkward, as you can see. Filu trying to get to backside, but Bipo's already there. Gentlemates have their post plan.
And there's no op to save this time, so Navi perhaps willing to go for this retake attempt. Chloric spotted a kill, or so he thought. Minny makes him pay a
F, though, that's the issue, as Bipo is waiting for the barrel to be seen, and it's exactly that. So Chloric looks to save up the operator, and Gentlemates look to walk to 4.
Themselves in. The fragging IGL come back here to play in that operator. But oh, wow. Orb timing's perfect to counter that horn.
There it is, Chloric. Oh, nice to flick on to the next player, but Marteen once again shows what he's good at, entering a site, getting a kill. Gentlemate's still one to the good, but that spike not down.
I was going to say, Chloric does well to counter anything there, finding his one kill. Looking at the retake, all of them still decayed by this ultimate, but Minny finding a quick double, leaving only they do have. Mates getting to grips with this attack side now, and starxo part and parcel of it. He's able to drop Ruxic on that extremity. Outside of C as they move into post on B now. They're not just going to settle for this, they want more. The paranoia is in to take a little bit of deeper control, but that's where Navi take their own cue to fight back, and that's where Hiro and Filu both pick up kills.
Yeah, but Minny's outlaw holding things down. He sees the Neon.
He's actually going to pop the pit to try and play around this. The outlaw's got to work as a shotgun if this is to find any success. And very quickly, the toxins do drop, and it's just the classic left. Minny forced to concede the situation. RV, the ones that will find their third.
I mean, Navi,
but Money looking a little bit ropey. Navi this round had to stick for them, but now, once more, it's only Ruxic here. It's a sole player left to defend the C site, catches wind of Glyph's TP a little too late, and with him taken out of the picture, Mates in another post 4v2.
Yeah, getting that post plant
We're in the same area of the map, it's just not something that they've wanted to lean on. Comeback actually going in for a second opportunity here. He'll give it a go.
The other thing is, though, I mean, starxo and Comeback on this line, the operator should be known about after it announced itself in B main. It's Tree, though, where most of the action is happening, and it's Filu who gets caught out.
Yeah, and lovely slide from Bipo, just breaking the line there, getting in. Ruxic TP denied.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Bipo's life denied as NAVI come back in with a little bit of force. Something to make Gentlemates respect them, but the utility so spot on, and that spike should be safe now.
Ruxic and chloric, if anyone was going to do it, it'd probably be these two. And that's such an aggressive post plant here from Mates as well, as the spike is just now going in.
I do like it, but this paranoia could be the one to break both of them as they're caught. But unfortunately, not capitalised upon. The molly already used from chloric, and unfortunately, the players not showing themselves from Gentle Mates. Chloric's pushed back, and Ruxic in a place which he can't return from. He's not getting any more TPs. Well, at least he's got one, but he's onto the spike. Gentle Mates try and spam out, not being baited out the shot. He's trying to make things work. Very aggressive on C main. Gentle Mates are boxed in here.
Yeah, it's the first time that NAVI have actually shown this level of proactivity. So it catches Gentle Mates sleeping at the wheel. Come back for the opening kill. And here is the dagger in the back. All the knives out on the Mates side. No one anticipating this kind of pressure from Filu. He walks away, but Ruxic's left behind. Another player to add a second layer. And only Minny remaining.
Could be, especially with all the bodies lined up against one another on the A side. Big on, but doesn't get any kills. There's even stingers and judges in the mix, so I mean, you're starting to favour NAVI here to even out the half at an even score line. And unfortunately, Gentle Mates come straight back in with the lower buy and gain the site.
Yeah, I mean, just rapid pace change from Gentle Mates again. Bipo's not considered with this judge, and comeback pays the ultimate price.
He does, and perhaps have paid the price of the round, not checking close corner. Bipo up with the judge, but it's the shorty, the little brother, that comes out on top. And Gentle Mates begin to regress. They're post plant now. This chloric and Ruxic try and clear out, and I've got not a lot of time to do this. Not a lot
in terms of liquid and how they're playing the double duelist. NAVI trying to give it a go here themselves. It's only Filu in first. Minny is there to guard his poison orb. And with GLYPH landing the blind as well, I mean, just no way through for this attack, and it's the worst possible start.
Yeah, it seems like both teams are just wanting to trade out pistol rounds, whoever's on the defense. And yeah, come back a while away from this one. Not expecting him to show us anything, but I mean, he is going to be able to access the spike easier than accessing the players, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty exposed, so...
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
We'll see what he can do. Hey, maybe throws a little TP down. Okay. Oh, no, it's placed already.
Yeah.
He's not picked it back up. Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. There's the spike. Oh, all right. How much further does this go, Cairo?
Not a whole bunch further, because he's looking for a pick, and of distance you have to try and cover. And NAVI, pretty slow to come out here, respecting what Gentle Mates could throw at them, and they've done so pretty efficiently so far.
Engagement and goes back in for another.
GLYPH has just got by the trademark, by the way, unnoticed. Unfortunately, Ruxic does note him.
Okay.
So it's a pick back in their direction.
There's one. Minny also making his approach from the same side. Does have a Vandal, though, so maybe a little more inclined to save than GLYPH on this Guardian.
Yeah, looks like it. If GLYPH can get even any damage here, they're probably thinking that's a success.
Yeah.
You asked me.
Okay.
When do you start to favour NAVI in this map?
Mates are so passive towards the A site right now. They're fully prepared for this retake, or so you would think. Coming back in, there are plenty of tools. Marteen has the nade, Minny and Molly. There's a blind, a seize in there. Multiple ways that they could combine and conflict NAVI, who are playing fully on site.
Yeah, it's all main in Gentle Mates' favour, so that's a huge part of the map already cleared out. But Heaven will be a problem later in this retake.
I mean, NAVI are almost all in to that position right now, but Mates have a toxic screen they need to fight through. Bipo, the first line of attack. He's very quickly blunted as the spear's thrown in. Double peek from Mates is nice, bringing it back into an even situation. 3-on-3 and Marteen wrapping around the side. Here. And a showstopper for Marteen as well. If he can find a way to use it, it's going to just take him all with the Sheriff instead. 3 picked up, down to a 2-on-2. The guns are deep, difficult to recover on the Mate side, but you've now just got to be thinking about Minny. Already has a Vandal, and he's closest to the action if they head B.
Yeah, NAVI have given up the rifles, so starxo has a chance to go and recollect one. NAVI, though, given the clean road all towards planting that spike. So it's a post-plant for rifles on both players of Gentle Mates.
This one could get really awkward. Comeback has his TP this time to place, so An opportunity to reposition perhaps. Minny now relaying that info back. Has to break the door to get in. Oh, and Ruxic's just not there to reset in time. All of a sudden, 2v1, yeah. starxo just emptying it on the way back through. Trying to figure out and paint this picture. Where is comeback?
They've missed comeback, but that's a huge seize.
And starxo spotted it, but comeback finds the shot. And now he's up against his former team.
Cheeky smile because he knows that Red Bull clutch is what he's capable of. Lovely from Marteen, but he can't quite stand up to what comeback was able to do. Fair enough, mate. That's some time to show it, especially.
Praise.
Well, there's still an operator in the mix for comeback, although he is being forced away in that A space. Now on Gentlemate's favour. That's a quick exit in towards B, using the Odin in his favour to entry. Not something we'd expect.
Let's check in on Navi's comms though and see what they're planning.
Heaven.
Haben. I take the on race, 80 on race.
We have seal.
Nice.
Okay. One.
No one's seeing.
One peek guys.
Go for kill back.
From B.
Door.
Cancel.
Dial. Tower.
Ceiling, yeah. Paranoid coming out, Becca. 2-2. Close.
Last player standing.
80 on race.
Close to you. Nice try. Okay, it's okay.
Nice try. All good.
Spike
Line with the operator.
Just waiting to be greeted by presence on C. Not far off now as comeback. Just gets caught edge of the smoke. bipo can't find the shot he's looking for, but the stun will land and continues to guard this C site where Minny's arrived in support.
He has.
Oh, full reposition.
Nice. Hidden in the corner. bipo, his op will play bait this time. Not usually what you play bait for is a player in the corner with an operator, but if he swings out here,
Gentlemate's fully reset now in their sight hold, and Minny is just completely unexpected. Finally, he connects that long spray of bullets. starxo's arrived as well, and so the captain and his co-caller can feel comfortable in their sight control now.
30 seconds left.
still with time so low, a re-hit in a 2 versus 4 is not going to favour you at all.
And bipo's looking to peek over this as well. Even the paranoia timing from GLYPH, all just buying those precious seconds. 15 of them left for NAVI to make this move. There is a problem. Marteen on the boost this time. He's just not spotted Ruxic and fully punished for it.
Yeah, that's a massive mistake. At least, though, I thought for a minute bipo was going to capitalise. Instead, legs chloric. So the players on NAVI's side get the spike onto site.
Again, access to site, but how does this post plant look? Pit to cut across, but chloric's been dropped!
And so has Filu. Big picks, 3v3.
While all of this is happening, it transpires that a bit of an awkward one where Comeback's able to get in behind around the other way. Hiro wins the duel on site, leaving only starxo behind in this position.
Spike is down. starxo caught with his hands busy. The util trying to get brought out. So GLYPH attempts a 1 versus 3. And a big one it could be for him. Hiro is up close. If he gets this kill, Nightfall online for the next round. And unfortunately, he's going to go.
Yeah, walks in, finds the first one cleanly. Ruxic still hanging around the silent drop. GLYPH needs to be on top of this. Paranoia drops in the opposite way. Lands both shots on the shorty. And now it's come back. The stand in against him. But no one can stand when GLYPH is around.
Gentlemates fight their way